Hello there, and welcome back to Unis. Unis is the only company in the entire world that does two things. The first is we find your life purpose. You can imagine your life as a boat, and the boat has a place to go. And the second thing it has is a personal style. What's called personal brand, we prefer personal style. What's the way in which you're going to get to that destination? What sort of music are you going to play? What kind of culture are you going to observe? So this video is the second in the series looking at the 12 major religions, where we've used a book called by Jason Boyett. For us, the question is really, really clear. It's about saying, what does religion say about life purpose, both practically and indirectly? So in this episode, we're going to look at what do all of the religions believe in a nutshell. That's a dangerous thing to try and do. We're not the last word. But at the end of the day, you've got to start somewhere with that understanding and how that impacts on life purpose. So let's go through the world's major religions. So Christianity absolutely believes in heaven and hell. And it's over and clear in the scriptures. And I guess the question that we've been asking is what is Christianity in a nutshell? And we believe that it's about love and forgiveness. So if you learn to follow the life of Jesus, then you'll live a life of love to other humans and also learn to forgive almost anything. In fact, anything. So the second largest religion in the world is Islam. And Islam believes ultimately in submission to God, submission to Allah. And via that submission, by that humility, you get to know Allah better, and you get to know your creator better. And by understanding your creator, you live a better fuller life. Then the third largest religion in the world is Hinduism. They believe in many, many, many gods, many, many gods. And the main thrust of Hinduism is about tolerance on the one hand, which tolerance leads to a better life and gives you a better rebirth. So they believe in reincarnation, and that the better you live in this life, then the better your next will be. So in essence, you keep going until you become closer to God. Buddhists are primarily, I'm sorry, should say, do not believe in heaven and hell. They believe in an ongoing cycle of reincarnation. And the principal thing about Buddhism is that the idea that humans suffer because our own mind causes us to have envy, causes us to have negative emotions. So Buddhism is all about removal from suffering, and that's why there's such an emphasis on meditation. Judaism, obviously the Jewish faith, the Jewish faith, it's most clear. It's quite interesting that the Torah is about saying that the Jews are the chosen people by God, and that they are chosen over other citizens, and that by following the Torah, you will essentially go to heaven as one of God's chosen children. Then we move on to Taoism, which is very Star Wars-like. Taoism is about learning to live with the Force, learning not to force things, learning to live and go in flow with how things are. And they do not believe in one God. Judaism does. So just to remind ourselves of that. Confucianism Confucians don't believe in God. They do believe in this idea of order in relationship to our relationships. Bit of a stupid pun there, but not meant. So basically, it's about if you live in order with your siblings, with your ruler, with your parents, with your friends, and you observe the natural order of things, the discipline of things, then in fact, we'll have an orderly society and a productive and harmonious society. So it's all about relationships. And Jainism, which is primarily in India, one of the smaller religions in the world, is all about being abstemious and really not hurting nature at a whole other level, to the point of you don't even think about hurting that. And in fact, Jainists are often not farmers because you're not supposed to damage life, and often not carpenters. You're not supposed to damage the fruits of nature. So it's a very ascetic. The monks are often almost naked, and they just have a begging bowl, and they absolutely believe in God, but they believe in abstemianism, basically abstaining from bad behaviors. Then there's Baha'i, which was a new religion on us. We didn't know about it. Baha'i is the largest growing religion in the world, and it's very, very, very singular in that it's about world peace. That is what it's about, and it's about tolerance for other religions, and they absolutely believe in God. So very contemporary religion, very modern religion. Shintoism is, is it a religion? Is it not a religion? It's a bit of a question in the first place. Do they believe in God as such? No. What they do believe is it's about harmony between man and environment, and the more we live in harmony with each other and the environment, the better the world will be. But the last of the religions is Zoroastrianism, which we didn't know anything about at all. And it's very kind of bipolar, basically saying that the realm of Earth is about good and evil. And you choose to live a good life or you choose to live a bad life. And it's very strict as a moral code. So for us, Zoroastrianism is about choosing good is probably the best way of describing it. So that's the overview of the world religions. Next, I'm going to go on to just a quick overview of which believe in heaven and hell, and then which religions. What will be next one?